Hello all, welcome to Herlefeld by SourceWorks and Desperados93. This now is the first time we're opening the map proper, and I see one other thing I forgot to mention in the previous video. One of the things I did just to help myself out, and because I was curious, I took, it's a German map, and everything, when I say German, I mean not only is it German location, they had all of the documentation in German, and so I just ran the opening map description or whatever that we see here on the page through good old Google Translate to see what they were saying. So I'll just read it through here real quick. Herlefeld biogas plant. Here you'll find ample storage space for your grass and corn silage. Visit the biogas plant regularly and feed the glutton. I don't know if that's a mistranslation. With fermented silage. I wonder if they're referring to cattle. You'll receive manure that you can spread on your fields and meadows. You'll also receive payment for the electricity generated. The more silage is processed, the more money you'll receive. You'll also find a machine hall where you can store your machinery after work. You're wondering, where should I put my grain? Here's the solution: a farm supply store recently opened where you can exchange your grain for cash. To stay up to date, we know how to press the I key as prices change, and as we previously discussed, it's the only place to sell on the map. So we're a bit limited there. Feed and care for your cows, because you'll benefit from it. Really. Unload the grass in the silo next to the pasture and drive the cows to the milking parlor. Yeah, I don't think we can do that. A real pastime when there's nothing going on in the field. Right, well, can we tip our cows too? The milk truck comes twice a day to collect the milk from your cow's produce. Of course, you also have to remove your cow's droppings to the field. Do this regularly before manure and slurry accumulate in large quantities. All right. Okay, we previously started a game in here, and I fast forwarded the time. I think it typically starts 6:40 or whatever it is in the morning. It's now 8 o'clock. Just looking around here. Yeah, we're clear down in the far corner at the dairy. So, there's maybe a lot of exploring that could be done. There's the milk tank. We got I wonder if is this our home? Can't really tell if that's a German house or not. Perhaps it is. But, yeah, it probably is. That's probably the garage over there to hold our vehicles. Alright, so here's the dairy. There's the milk tank down over there. And I think these are... Let me just hit on my... Okay, open door. Cool. So our script works. Very, very good. So I assume we come in here to dump... feed for the cattle. Let me see. Open door, open sesame. Looks like they're all going to the side. So handy when a script works. And I don't know. I think I'm just going to open these things, get them open so we can move freely. Now this one, I don't know. Yeah, this one doesn't appear to have a door on the other end, so we won't be able to. I think you can sell bales kind of in there. You could also sell bales. Oh, here's another trough. Maybe you can also put the feed in here, but I'm pretty sure underneath this overhang you can sell bales. At the far end by some troughs, I know you can also sell bales there. Now it's interesting. I don't know if this is German at all. It's probably just a stylistic thing that the map author did. It looks like there's a mess sitting all over all these rocks. And yeah, it just looks like it'd be really bumpy driving on here. It kind of looks like someone had a truckload of them and just scattered them all over the farm. So yeah, I've noticed that on the map. They are basically all over. Alright, that's our solid manure over there. There's our liquid manure milk tank. So, okay, dairy all set up, ready to go. Maybe what I'll do is we want to take a look kind of at our opening contingent of vehicles, if you will. So now we are over kind of in the central farm area. You can see on the PDA we have this tractor, and I'm sorry, I'm not really familiar with Dutes, so I can't tell. That's a little bit dark. I don't gotta turn the lights on. No, of course that doesn't help. I can't just tell. I'm not very good with that particular brand as to what kind we have. All I know, yeah, ahead of us, I think we have a front loader, maybe for some hay bales. So that's 2 tractors. Let me just kind of cycle through the herd, if you will. Okay, this is probably a large tractor. We have a plow on the end of it. Also, Central Farm. Yeah, we're right next to the building. There's the other tractor there. So that's 3 tractors. Larger one. This is a front loader. Here's another one, also on the main farm, just around the corner. That looks like a manure spreader. Right ahead of us, a grain drill. You know, it's one thing, you know, we can toggle between all the tractors when we do this, or other drivable equipment. The hard part is finding all the tools, which who knows what shadows they're lurking in. At least, you know, we can see the planter there. Alright, so here's another tractor. Doesn't look like a large one, but another tractor nonetheless. Oops, I was going backwards. Here's another one. Okay, we're back to the dairy. Maybe this, is this the, oh no, we got another tractor over here for the dairy. So, and I see some mowing equipment sitting over here, a tedder mower. Oh, there's something in here. I wonder if that looks suspiciously like a cultivator. So now we know we have a plow, we know we have a cultivator. So, alright, sitting here to fuel up a random tractor. Let's go to the next. Oh, not a tractor at all. These are combines. 2 of them. Okay, so 2 combines. And again, I really don't know the Dutes Alice line, or Dutes Far in this case. 50, okay, this is a 5465, 5695, so that must be, we got a small one here. At least he didn't put us in the lizard equipment. We're actually starting with quite a contingent of equipment, and actually, I guess, the question I have in my mind is, you know, I guess my style of play, I'm pretty minimalist when it comes to equipment. But anyway, let's continue going. Alright, there's the other combine. 2 of them. And the Dutes, I wonder, yeah, it has this offset. Okay, you know, I came from the Feldy, which is a previous series that I did, and it also had a header. That's very interesting. The header on the combine in there, which I think was also a Dutes combine, it was offset, meaning the machine wasn't in the center of the header. Anyway, and maybe, oh my, we got a traffic jam going out there. Wonderful. Maybe the intent here is to have one that harvests corn and the other harvests the other cereal grains. So, alright, well, we got one of them. Oh, and we have one of these, a forage harvester. So, Yeah, and I see again, it looks like a cultivator in here, another tractor inside the shed. You know, really, the map author has set us up with pretty much all the machinery we need to run a working farm. So, another tractor. Wow, I mean, there's just so much in here. Here's another one. Is there any other equipment sitting around? Nope, don't see any. This is where we get seeds and spray, so it appears. Alright, there's a baler, round baler, and okay, what is that? That appears, that's one type of cultivator. We got another over there. Two different types of cultivator. You know, I see that appears to be a tedder. Do we have a rake somewhere? I don't know that we do. So we have something to cut the grass, something to ted the grass. Let me see, is this all the equipment? Alright, we're back to the starting. Yeah, this is just a lot of things to play with. Let me hop out of here. I'm hoping, well, if we don't have it, we'll buy it. We should have plenty of this and that, and I'm not seeing a rake. And you know, if we hop in the store here, let me go to the, that's trailers. Would it be part of trailers? No. Implements. Maybe down here. Okay, so we have a mower. We have the back mower. We have a tedder. Now, do we have... No, we don't. We don't have the windrower. And is this all we have? Is just a small one? Yeah, maybe this is a way to tell, is if you try to sell something. Okay, we don't have... Alright, we have a small 6 meter, the Joker. I thought we had a smaller one. Was it this, the Tiger? Maybe the other one is decorative. Ah, here's the larger things. And nope, we don't have one of them either. 3-point seed drill. Huh. Well, I was for sure... Isn't this equipment right here? I would assume we could lift that. So, what is that? Pottinger. Is that not in here? Or is it a... Ah, here's what it is. It's a Cinco cultivator, 3-point. Okay. 4 meter. We probably have some weights of various sizes. Okay, well that kind of gives us a little picture of what we have for equipment. And of course we don't have a square baler, we have a round baler. Sprayer, do we have a sprayer? Miscellaneous. Yeah, maybe what we really want is a wheel loader if we get the BGA cranked up. Animals, probably want to buy some cows at some point. Tractors, combines, trailers, slurry tanker. Yeah, I don't know what all we have. Seems like we have reasonable access to fuel. Yeah, somewhere that's a Helios solid manure. We do have a manure spreader, right? Maybe it's a smaller one? Bergman? Yeah, it's maybe inefficient to come through here. Sprayer. No sprayer. Well, that's interesting. Do we have a... I'm trying to remember in Farm Sim 11, is that how fertilizer was typically put on? Was with the sprayer versus dry application. Maybe it is. So This is probably something that we're going to need. But maybe what I can do is get, after I sell a few things, maybe can get afford the self-propelled sprayer. There's going to be quite an area to go over. These are trailers. Yeah, and we got some mods in here too. In order to spread slurry. I thought I saw a slurry tanker, but oh, maybe that one I was thinking was a manure. Nah, this is the one I got. Okay, so we can do that. But yeah, I don't know that we have anything to spread slurry with. Alright, let me go to the combines again. And these, yeah, we probably have the cutter for the small combine, 5465. Let me see, do we have... Oh, I see. So this doesn't... are you not allowed to harvest corn with the small one? This is very interesting. I'm relearning some things. This is 7545, so apparently, what's the biggest combine? 75, 45, 56, 90. I have the 5695, and it has, yeah, it has this, but that says it's for the largest. You know, I wonder if mods, if I have a smaller, well, we got a 6 meter. There's another little one. And basically for mods, you know, I know this is a German map, so I downloaded some Kloss equipment. So maybe at some point, and it's a relatively small combine, I think. I think the Dominator is on the small side. So, the price is nowhere near realistic. I got our conveyor belt, the windrower, the fork shred here. Got some other models, and again, I came off of Feldy. Feldy had a lot of its own equipment, which I assume will work in here, just kind of like it did over there. So, but I don't know if I have a short header for corn. Yeah, this one I won't use it at. It's for sunflowers. Yeah, this one also I believe is for, well, that's for grain. Yeah, I'm not seeing, I may need to get a smaller corn head versus the one, you know, that we have available in here, which is a large one. Although it does fold, maybe it'd work. I guess what I'm thinking of is maybe disposing of the, well, maybe I should keep the medium-sized combine instead of, yeah. And this is how many meters? It doesn't, oh, 5.4 versus 7.2. Well, maybe I keep the combine in the middle. All right, bye-bye header. And we'll get, oh, I don't have enough money. Okay, so I need to sell some other things. I have, this is the small one. Yeah, see, I'm going to have way too much money. I'm going to be rolling in capital. So we'll get rid of our small combine. We'll keep the larger one. Now we're going to need a grain table for it. So we have that, and we have the corn head. So, alright, that takes care of our combine equipment. We're already set up with this. Okay. Tractors, boy, I just don't know what to do with those yet. So, implements, I think we have a large plow. I don't even know that we'll use it. We already have planting equipment. I think I want to save it up for maybe the self-propelled, so I don't know, we'll use something different for the sprayer. But what I do need is a windrower, and yeah, this one is just dinky. You know, maybe, well, I'll keep the mowing equipment. I'm tempted to just use the windrower cutter combination so I don't have to do it with a tractor. But you know what? I'll give it a try. I'll keep this for the moment. But I am going to need a means of, maybe I'll get, see, this one is so large is the problem. But see, and I know I've talked about this problem before. The way the game was set up, you could merge it into a windrow all right, but the problem is you lost material. You were far better off having a little one. Yeah, I hardly want to get started with a little one, but you know what? I'll get that. Okay, so we're able to do hay, and it's going to be round bales, which are going to be a little more difficult to work with. But you know what? I think I have a mod, or I did, that would be able to haul the round bales in a stack. Aha, here we go. 2014 or 8. Maybe, I don't know how big this is going to be. Oh, maybe, man, these are expensive. Alright, I'll get an auto stacker. So let me take that. And, you know, who knows what kind of errors I'm popping. Hopefully these are all workable mods. I haven't used these in a long, long time. Trailers. Okay, I don't have a small tripper. I have a tipper. I have a medium. Don't have a large. Okay, some of this will be loose. Well, that's the... You know, that's the other thing. I could get just a forage wagon for hauling this in. Anyway, I'll give that some thought. But I do have a bale trailer. I don't think I need this any longer, because now I have something to haul the round bales. So, yeah, I'm going to need something to spread slurry. So that's something else I need to get. Well, this is fertilizer and water. Okay. Slurry tanker. Yeah, I don't have enough money to buy it. Alright, so I need to get rid of some tractors. Now, I think I want to keep my front loader. I don't know that I have any of these tractors. So they tend to be, this is the smallest I think that I have. And then... yeah, I have some of each. So, now the trouble with this version, you know, in newer versions of Farming Sim, you could take tractors or whatever to a sell point and dispose of them. I don't think we had that option. Uh-oh, did I sell one? Agriton. Agriton X. See, I just don't know. Maybe I need to come up beside each one and see if I could shine some light on them. Okay, this is a 720 Agritron X. Isn't that the big one? I think that's what it is. If I go down there, Agritron X. Yeah, that's the largest. So it's L and X, and there's an M. These are the tractors that I have. All right, that one's an X. Let's go see what this one is over here. I think it'd be nice to keep a big tractor. Okay, this is the smaller one of the three. Let me cycle through them again. Okay, this one here we've looked at. And all right, we're back kind of at the beginning. Let me hop out of here. That's another small one. What's this one over here? 720, that's the medium-sized one. Is there another one lurking over here? Yeah, look at these rocks just everywhere. I have half a notion. I think you can clear them off with a cultivator, so maybe I'll do that. Agrotron X. Okay, so we have 2 of those, and how many of these? That's a 620. This is a 620 over here too. And I kind of think there's one other one. No, that's a 720. How does this go? Okay, L. That must be an L720. So we maybe have one of those, 2 of these, 1 of these, and a couple of those. Oh, there's the L. Oh, we got this beast over here too. Oh, what's this one? I can't tell. Maybe someone else knows these machines better. That's another 620. Alright, let me write these down. Alright, so 620, 720, 720X, and L. Alright, 620, we have, keeping track on my paper here, I have 1. Let me just tab through these. Alright, that's a combine. The other one's disappeared. That's good. This 620. It's 2 of those. This one was a 720X. And you never know which one it's going to get rid of course. I think this one was 620s. That's the 3rd. This one I think is the big one, 720X. Okay. Tab again. That's the 430 front loader. We're keeping that one. That's a 720L. One of those. Here's another 620 if I recall correctly. Was this where I started? I kind of think it is. Yeah, because then we're to the combines. Alright, 3 620s, 1 720L, and 2 720Xs. I'm wondering if I can... Let me just hop out of this. Alright, we're back. I don't know what just happened, but something took my game out. Oh, hey, while we're here, we can at least see the blimp up there. Oh, cool. It's turning, has a message on it. Probably something in German that I can't read. Anyway, we were in the middle of getting rid of some tractors. I probably just need to reboot so this doesn't do this to me again. Anyhow, I was going to take myself down to, let's see, these are, I have 3 of these, so I'm going to sell, I got 1 more, and I got 1 720L, so I'll keep him, and I have 2 720Xs, I'm going to sell 1 of them. Who knows which one it just sold. But now that I've done that, I'm going to go to, actually to miscellaneous, because even the largest fields in no time. Yeah, I'll get 1 of these. Silly timer. Alright, so I have 1 of those. I don't know if... Let's see, I probably still need a slurry spreader. Where did those come in? Not in here. Not in implements? Maybe it's a trailer. Okay, slurry tanker. Volume 8,000 liters. Let's see, I think this probably just spreads it out the back. Is there a larger? This one here. Yeah. Go big or go home. Alright, so we have this. Fertilizer and water. And I think that pretty well gets, everything that we're gonna need. So now, all right, we have this. Looks like I sold a tractor out of the shed, and we still have this one on the main farm. There's our combine. Oh, interesting. Is this at, you know what, this is at the shop. Okay, so there is our new windrower. And hopefully I did, the game tanked on me, so I had to come back and redo everything that we did. Still have this. Here's another tractor. Here's the large one, apparently. So, alright. Here's my other equipment. Okay, so it's stacking it kind of around the store area. Alright, so maybe what I'll do is get all of this home while I'm off cam, and next time we come in here, we'll be all ready to go and do some farming. Thank you so much for giving this a listen. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.